Hey everybody, it's Michael. So yeah, I hope you guys had a very Merry Christmas. So I figured I'd look back at my holiday special from last year and do a commentary on it. So yeah, this was a lot of fun to create the whole 2016 Christmas special because I thought it'd be great if I had like all my characters come back and just have like sort of a holiday party that goes wrong and stuff. But as I mentioned before, there was a video that I wanted to do like for Halloween that sort of expanded on some of the characters and introduce Zeke, the guy with the eye patch. And it was also supposed to expand on Alex, the guy with the blonde wig, because of course he's very insecure and like doesn't have a very good sense of self-confidence. So I thought it'd be best if I expand on that a little bit more, but I feel like I did a fairly good job here, but it would have made a lot more sense if I had like more development. And so, okay, just want to talk about Zeke. So he's like a badass monster hunter, and as you're about to see here, there's oh yeah, the Yeti graphic, which is really awesome. So I got that from it was an app, a special effects app. It's made by Bad Robot. I think that's the name of it anyway. I'll talk about the apps I use in another video, but so when I installed that app, I was like, I really would like to have like more excuses to use these awesome like CG effects. So I had like a series of monsters and a bunch of like environmental stuff. And so that's what led me to create Zeke. So one reason for that is okay, I'm gonna be straight up honest, is that I at this point I used to play High School Story and Hollywood U, which are iOS games, and they started introducing Monster Hunter characters, and I thought that'd be really awesome if I had someone like that, a Monster Hunter who is like tough and cool, but still the kind of person you would want to be friends with and everything. So I really like the way I developed Zeke, but of course this is like the very first time he actually appears in my videos, which yeah, I definitely do like explore like another reason why he and I met. So yeah. I just want to talk about like this scene right here. One of my friends complimented me for this. He was saying like, "Wow, it's cool how you got like all these characters in like the same room." So I'm filming in my living room and it can be difficult because the ceiling light is like directly above the tree, so it's kind of hard to get good lighting, which is why I had to like open the windows, like I mean the blinds on the windows. So I had to keep track of where the characters were. Obviously Zeke has his leg up on the chair. MCrewDude and Alex are on the couch. It's three for on the love seat, and Gary's on the floor in front of the tree, and here we go. Here's the introduction of Evil Santa. This character was a ton of fun to play. I mean, the suit I'm wearing, it was actually a gift that my mom gave to my dad last Christmas, but the problem was, it's like a pajama onesie, but it was too small for him. So, in fact, it was too small for me. While I'm wearing it, you can kind of see I'm like kind of hunched over, which definitely worked to play off the character a little bit better, so that all worked out. I mean, we never returned it, which I'm kind of glad about. And the beard and wig that I'm wearing, I actually got that from a costume store. It was actually intended to be more like a Gandalf sort of wizard beard and hair set, but I think it'd be cool if it was like, long and like scruffy to, look more evil. It was really funny. So Santa recognizes me from the YouTube channel, and then he goes upstairs to attack my friends and stuff him into a bag, and when he was going up the stairs he goes, "Oh boy, when I get up there." I didn't write that, but I just thought it would be funny and sound right. And yeah, so unfortunately sometimes the heads get cut off in the shot because when I'm filming, like depending on which camera, like the front or back one, I think it's the back one that's a wider angle, so that kind of cuts it off if I mix it with shots that are full screen. So yeah, this is when Santa forces me to watch David Copperfield and Babes in Toyland. It's really funny though. I mean, I'm not gonna analyze those. I'm just gonna go to the very last, like the outro scene for this. So this is when Evil Santa is like explaining his whole evil plan to me, and how I came up with this is getting back to Hollywood U. Like there was a part where Santa Claus was some dude named Daryl who had the responsibility of wearing the suit, which would turn him into Santa and give him magic powers. And so it was kind of like that. And right before like the characters would stop, and I had to wait a while for the story to continue. It was saying they walked into like sort of a dungeon or whatever, and I was thinking to myself, oh no, they're walking into his evil lair where he sacrifices the souls of children or something like that. And I thought to myself, that's kind of funny. Like, why would he do something like that? And I was thinking this whole thing through, and it was like, what if he was doing this for eternal life, and that's how he was immortal? And then later on in that Hollywood Youth story, he pressurizes coal into diamonds, which is the rare currency in that game, which was helpful to the quests. And so I was thinking to myself, that could work too. Like, what if the evil Santa also turned coal into diamonds so that he could afford all of the expensive equipment and toys for the children, but at the same time would sacrifice naughty children so he wouldn't have to give them coal and have eternal life, which was his main reason to stay. And so I just came up with this whole like brilliant scheme to tie this into, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out, and especially with some comedy. Like, he was like an evil elf who handled the toy orders and murdered the former Santa with a sticky candy cane, which is like his primary weapon. Like, what he's about to do here is that he bites a candy cane and turns it into like kind of a makeshift shiv, which is pretty funny. And then yeah, so I stumbled down the stairs, which of course was scripted, so I know you kind of like see my legs kind of like stepping down the first two steps, and then he starts singing Santa Claus is coming for you. I mean, this is really funny because I really got to go all out with the insanity, and the funny thing is that, you know, the hair does sometimes get in the way of my eyes, so I keep having to brush it out of the way. And so there's the Christmas tree. Oh yeah, one thing I didn't notice is that the ornaments are all on the tree in this shot, but later on in the scene, they're not, which is because I had to film this on separate days because my parents put all the ornaments on the tree later on, which is when I'm filming this, but I never film everything all at once. I usually have to do it like for a couple days at a time. And so right now I'm playing an ornament that in Elena of Avalor. And what's weird is that I kind of am a fan of Elena because it's like, you know, I really wish I grew up with shows like that to teach good good leadership skills, which definitely I feel like could have helped me in real life. And so he crumbles it into dust, but what the dust really is the leftover cookie crumbs from the cookie plate. So yeah. And so MCrewDude frees the others, which is kind of off screen. I didn't really have any other way of doing that. I couldn't get like a sack, or sorry, a Christmas bag involved. So yeah, so Zeke and the others are free, and then Santa like fights them off. Of course you don't see the others in that shot. And it was kind of hard to fight another character I played, especially when I'm the only one doing this, but I feel like the way I pulled it off was, you know, kind of funny. I got the angles pretty good, like when I hit him that one time and I throw the tit ball at him. And so yeah, that's the same tit ball I used in Jingle Bell Rock. So I really wanted to milk that joke for all that it's worth. Yeah, pun intended. And then, okay, here I beat the living hell out of Santa, and so that defeats him. And he's like, I can't be defeated. Everyone will know my secret. So he essentially commits suicide by tearing off his own beard. And so when I ripped the beard off right here, that's actually stuffing from the couch that the cats tore apart. And I tried to get red food coloring to stain into the stuffing, but that didn't work. So it ended up making my hands completely red with red food coloring. So that was when I kind of learned to not use red food coloring to look like blood. So anyways, with Santa defeated, no one can deliver presents, so Zeke, what the heck am I saying? Alex, this guy right here with the blonde wig, Alex, since he wished that he could actually improve himself as a person and, you know, be happy with who he is, I figured it'd be a really cool thing if he does get that wish, but in a form it's like, you know, he turns himself into Santa Claus, and that in a way makes him achieve his dream. So I thought that was a really creative way to go off of, and the hair is still hecka scruffy. There's really nothing I could do about that, but yeah, it was pretty funny. And so, unfortunately, we never see Alex again after this. So, at one point I thought about bringing him back, but at this point I didn't really have like the suit handy. I don't know where that went, but I'm trying to like, I just could. Essentially, I just couldn't get everything together or do everything I wanted to do this year, unfortunately. And there's the tree without the ornaments, of course, but I wanted to make sure that, it looked really pretty and just looked good in the dark. So I have some music playing too, and I really wanted to show off just how beautiful it was. And an ornament that there was one ornament on the tree at that time, and it was of Moana. So I bought a Moana ornament and one of Elena at the Disney store. So I thought that'd be funny to incorporate, and so there are the presents. And okay, yeah, second time, MCrewDude was without his hat at that point, and so yeah, he wakes up everybody happy for Christmas. Yeah, when I was a little kid, I used to wake up pretty early for Christmas presents. That was before everything started changing. Then I'd run in to get Zeke, and since Zeke is a trained monster hunter, he he jumps up and forces me to the ground. So that's pretty funny. So yeah, I definitely wanted to play off the fact that Zeke was sort of like a tough person, and but of course he's still a good person in himself. Um, and so now I'm reading off that. Obviously, that's actually the script for the episode, but I was reading it off as if it was a note from Alex, now as Santa, and he's about to read. He's about to tell me that an elf girl named Holly watches my videos and stuff. So unfortunately, I really wanted to get somebody to play Holly, but the problem is I don't really know too many people who would be willing to wear sort of a revealing elf costume for the sake of like a joke. Unfortunately, I mean, I know like one person who probably would have been able to wear something like that, but she wouldn't want to do it anyways. But so yeah, Gary makes a reference to MCrewDude watching porn, and Zeke lifted up his eye patch to reveal he has sight in both eyes, and I do comment on that in a later video. Essentially, the reason is he has really good vision in it, so he wants to protect his eye from like dust and damage and stuff. I know that probably doesn't make sense to some people, but to me, I thought it was really funny. And so everyone gets their gifts, and Gary, of course, gets his bacon flavored crickets he loves so much. I mean, you might think that's gross, but I think they're pretty delicious anyway. So yeah, I got Oliver and Company, which is, like I said, one of my favorite Disney movies. I mean, I really like Oliver and Company. It's a fun movie. And as I'm saying Merry Christmas and stuff, yeah, oh, that's right. The first night of Hanukkah also fell on Christmas Day. I mean, I really don't know why that is. It's like Hanukkah never seems to be on the same week. It's kind of weird though. And so the outro right here is from my intro designer. This is the Christmas one, and obviously for Halloween I had like a special Halloween one too. But before the Jack-o'-lantern one was released, I was using the Haunted Mansion one, which admittingly I like better, but I'll have to show you like some more outros that I use and stuff. But have a Merry Christmas, and I hope you enjoyed the video.